I got the juice, don't need no proof. 100 like the rum I drink that got me over you. And all your nonsense we all subject to. I found my lane and mind my business like I'm supposed to do. Let's have a toast for all the obstacles that got us here. I put my glass up in the air to stimulate the cheers. Not because we made it, but because we making it. I savor the moment, the bouquet forever, evident. Yeah. In my realm, I watch the times go by. I got the world in my hands, but I can't tame the sky. Dare I try, I might lose my mind. But it'll be all good after I'm done sipping this wine. Gather around people.
What?
Never sat next to a legend before.
Oh, shut up. I am not a legend.
Oh, no, you a legend.
How?
You a legend right now.
How?
Come on, what? You know what?
I'm just Katie.
Nah,
I'm just KStu. I'm just that weirdo from college.
Nah, you more than Katie. Nah. Welcome to Clueless Vino, show where a guy like me drinks wine, man, tries to find some wines that he likes and kicks it with some cool guests. But not just any cool guests. Today, I'm with a legend.
Oh my god.
The myth.
Oh, the myth.
The myth.
It's definitely a myth.
You think you know, but you don't. You can't touch her. You can't. I can't, see? Repelled energy.
Oh my god.
I'm with Katie, man. AKA.
AKA?
Bar Daddy.
Oh man.
Well, you want to let the people know about everything that makes you amazing.
Makes me amazing?
Makes you amazing.
I have been a Richmond bartender for almost 10 years.
Big 10.
Big 10. Almost 10. Yeah. Been I did like little parties at Rental Weekend and mix stuff together, but
right.
I don't think that was the start of my bartending career.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the inspiration.
But,
yeah.
As of late, though.
Yeah.
As of late.
I've been having a lot of fun on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, the internet has become a huge part of your life.
Of my life. I feel like I just became a brand.
Yeah.
Basically.
Big time brand. I
honestly just made like TikToks for fun, and I didn't expect any of this. But I appreciate it. I don't even know what to say half the time about it.
It was definitely out of the blue, pun intended. You know.
That's fair.
I was definitely out of the blue. But not for me, because I said once I saw like some of the things you were doing, I was like, yo, you keep doing this, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And you like brushed it off at first.
Oh, definitely.
Like you like, nah. Then I was like,
I literally
this is
said
different.
that I would never make a TikTok. I literally,
March 27th, 2020, the tweet specifically said, I will never make it a TikTok.
Correct. And even before the pandemic hit, this is when TikTok, I guess TikTok has been around for a couple years now, but it was getting bigger and bigger right before the pandemic hit, and I was just making videos with, like, my manager would literally film me making videos, and it was a lot of fun, and I would just put it on Instagram. And my coworker's like, oh, you should make a TikTok. And I'm like, no, I'm a Vine person. I'm from the Vine generation.
Right.
TikTok is for children. It's still for children.
It is. Yeah.
It's fine. I still don't know how to woe.
Okay, well that's good. I think once you learn that, I think your transformation will be complete.
Oh God, my evolution.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh man.
If you do that, it's over.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly made the TikTok just to watch them because we are in lockdown at this point, and we're bored out of our mind. I'm still like just making drinks at home, and my bar is getting bigger and bigger. I have nowhere to go. I walk to the ABC store because that's an essential business, so they know my name at this point.
Right.
And so I decided one day to make a video of me making a drink at home. And I put it on TikTok, and I was like, okay, I'll just leave it as like a library, so I can put it on Instagram because they have a lot of free effects.
Right. Yeah.
And I posted more and more, and then I started gaining followers, and then I had one where I made like a skit of a true story of when one of my bar guests from Halligan's was really, really homophobic, and I literally threw him out by like the collar.
Nice.
So I reenacted that skit, and that went viral. And I gained like almost 8,000 followers from that video. and it's been less than a year of me being on TikTok, and I have 92,000 followers.
Pushing 100,000, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
That's crazy.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah, man. And you're very loved. You're very loved. You were just saying in Richmond, people actually refer to you
as Bar Daddy.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Get yelled at on the street sometimes, like, that's Bar Daddy, or people will come into my work and saying, are you Bar Daddy from TikTok? It's overwhelming, and I've always grown up really shy.
Mm-hmm.
So for this to happen, it's really cool, and it's really, like, I've kind of lived my life where being, like, gay and how I talked and how I acted and how I thought was all wrong. Mm-hmm. So for everybody to, like, appreciate and love just me authentically is really, really dope. Long time coming. 30 years old.
Hey, listen, good things happen to people that wait, man. Now, you shouldn't have had to wait for your second.
Yeah.
But, you know.
The appreciation's there, and I love every second of it. It's pretty dope.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Well, the good thing about, having a bartender friend is that they make bartender things.
I do make bartender things.
So you brought two little sangrias here.
Yeah.
So you want to go ahead and try the first one?
Sure. So the fun thing about wine, and at least with your podcast and your YouTube and stuff like that, you can make a bunch of cocktails out of wine, not just sangria. Sangria is kind of like the one everybody recognizes and knows, and then you can make a bunch of variations, and that's why I chose it. But you can put red wine and whiskey sours. You could put like sparkling wine with gin and make a French 75. There's a lot of variations to step up your wine game, but this is probably the easiest one. You throw some fruit in it, throw a little bit of liquor, and there you go.
There it is. Okay. So what do we have here first?
So this is a white wine sangria. I chose a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand.
Okay.
You remember at Macon where they had the J-term class for going to Australia and New Zealand to do chemistry of winemaking?
I do. We just couldn't go because I was playing basketball.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry about that.
Everyone's like, oh, we're going to all these places. Where are you going? The Crenshaw.
So I took that class.
Yeah.
So I took that class. I got a B.
Nice.
Right? But I really, Australia was amazing and great, but I really love New Zealand. Their wines were fantastic. Sauvignon Blanc and Pinot Noir are actually probably their most made wines from that region just because of their climate.
Gotcha.
I paid attention in the wine in the alcohol classes clearly.
Well, you got to be.
I did, and look at me now.
There it is.
So Sauvignon Blanc has more of a really citrusy type of flavor just by itself. It has those grapefruits, lemon, just those acidic notes to it. Really refreshing for the summertime. So what I did is take about 3 ounces of that wine per glass. So there's about 6, maybe about 7 because I have a heavy hand. You throw in a little bit of triple sec or an orange liqueur. So you can use Grand Marnier, Cointreau, stuff like that. Grand Marnier is a little bit on the bougie side.
Okay.
But I put Cointreau, and I also added a little bit of a limoncello liqueur, so it'll have more of a lemony type of flavor, tartness to it, kind of to complement what's in the wine itself.
Okay.
And then I threw in a little bit of a homemade syrup, of a little bit of lemon juice, and a lot of ginger, so you can make a little bit of spiciness. And I threw in some orange juice just to kind of mellow everything out. So yeah, that's all of it.
Nice. Okay.
And there's 2, maybe 3 drinks in that little pouch.
And the question is, how do I pour this?
I'll try this. I should have brought straws. Just should have done it that way, or a funnel. So let's see. I'm gonna do this. Ooh. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Boom. Oh, see? Some for the table.
It's fine. That's for the dead homies.
And that fruit is definitely
Potent?
very potent, definitely soaked up with all the alcohol too. Yeah, I hope you like it.
Oh, that smells good. That is good. That's refreshing.
Right. This is definitely river type of drinking.
Just something like
patio drinking.
Exactly. And you say lemon box of ginger, maybe.
So I made a lemon ginger syrup. I
The
did
ginger's coming through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. It's like a little bit on the back end.
Yeah.
In my taste. I actually had somebody from TikTok send me the limoncello liqueur in like a big box, and I've never used it before. So when you invited me to do this, I'm like, perfect, perfect timing.
So when, because I'm still hesitant about getting a TikTok. Like, I wanted to get a TikTok, just like watch TikToks, like you said. Something about it is just in my mind, like, because I'll see a TikTok and I'm like, this makes me so angry. Like, whatever somebody posts.
Yeah.
Just people post some like silly and very stupid things, and I'm like, oh, there's people like this on here. But then there's like you, and it's like fun stuff, and I'm like, so when it comes to when you get like, as you've gotten bigger, do people like send you stuff like fans maybe, or like, you know, brands and stuff?
Yes. So I actually just recently got a PR box from a distillery from Washington State called Unicorn Vodka.
Wow.
I have never heard of this company before at all. They started following me on TikTok. I looked at their stuff. I liked the product. I'm not going to promote anything that I don't like or don't think that I morally don't like. But what's really cool about their product is that they are local within Washington, but wanting to expand but don't know how.
Gotcha.
So for them to send me a box and say, hey, can you make me a TikTok, and money aside or whatever payment, like if it's just the alcohol or if it's monetary, I am more than welcome to help that. So I do get some PR boxes. I have had like followers send me gifts, mostly in alcohol, things that they want me to try to make.
Yeah.
I had a link in my bio where you can like Venmo me if you want me to go buy something certain from the ABC store or a certain liquor, and if I can't find it, usually somebody sends it to me.
Yeah.
So the last box that I got from a follower, I ended up getting a big old bottle of whiskey, 2 bottles of a vodka that we can't get in the state. It's called Wild Roots vodka. This is hilarious because they have so many different flavors, and it's like the color of the red wine.
Oh wow.
So
with the color of the red wine.
It was like, have you heard of a Marionberry? It's kind of like a blackberry.
Okay.
So we have a big bottle of vodka. It's 40 proof. Not 40 proof, 40% alcohol. It is and it doesn't taste like alcohol. It tastes like red wine. So my girlfriend Bambi saw it. Shout out to Bambi. She says hi, by the way. So she just mixed it with Sprite, or she said, can you make me something? And so I just mixed it with Sprite because that's really all you need. A little bit of bubbles and just a little bit of like that lemon lime flavor, and then you're fine.
Yeah.
Or you can drink it straight. I do. But so she drinks it, like me and my roommate and Bambi are all drinking this. We fill the bottle. Bambi drinks about half, and she's like, where'd that wine go? And I was like, what wine are you talking about? We don't have wine right now.
Oh, she thought that was the...
Yeah. She's like, that wine that you mixed with the Sprite. And I was like, babe, that was vodka, homie. And I was pouring you doubles. It was like vodka, Sprite. Yeah, something like that.
That's a good guy.
She was faded. She was gone.
I'm not mad at that, though. I like that for her. So when you said that you wouldn't promote things that you wouldn't try yourself or use yourself.
Right.
How do you differentiate that? Like, I'm sure you get stuff where it's like, oh, do this, but what's your process of yay or nay?
So I try to do a little bit of research on the company. I actually did make a video for a really clear mask.
I remember.
It looked like a jockstrap.
Yeah.
And it looked silly, and yeah, I had a lot of hate comments from it, especially like from the anti-masker community.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But also in the end, like, it's a great tool for teachers, great tool for somebody who is hard of hearing, ASL, stuff like that. So of course I'm going to promote that. That's like, in this pandemic, I feel like they've been hit just communication-wise.
Right.
So differentiating it, I would basically do a little bit of research on the company. Try to do if I can, do a little bit of research on the owners of the company, and then I make a decision that way. I don't have a problem telling people no.
Yeah.
So
that's good. Because even sometimes people, don't sell your soul for something. Like, sometimes the money isn't better than You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%, yeah.
Because you don't want your name attached to something that might be negative down the line.
Exactly.
So, I applaud you for that because, yeah, I can see how you're getting all these different things and just be, it would be easy to be like, yes, 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 but you take the time to actually do the research and find out, hey, do I want to attach my name here? No, let's just move to something else.
Right, and it hasn't happened. I think it only maybe happened once or twice. And that was months and months ago. I haven't had that issue for a long time now. Yeah.
So, I did want to talk to you about, first of all, you're like a huge, like, I don't typically like the word, but I know what it means because not everybody uses it correctly, but you're like a huge ally to like a lot of different like causes and like fights and stuff. And one of them that I know that you are like huge on is mental health.
Yes.
So if you want to just talk a little bit about that, your journey with it, and how you deal with it like on a daily basis, especially with now as you're kind of getting like a more popular face.
Right.
I can see how maybe that might like come into play like more often.
Right. So I've been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder since I was 16 years old. It's comparable to bipolar, but it's also very different. So bipolar disorder, you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, you have really high and low manic and depressive stages, while borderline personality kind of stems from more trauma-based, more environmental things that happen to you to kind of create this personality within yourself that if you don't people please, somebody's going to leave you. If you don't do something drastic, somebody's going to leave you. There's a lot of mood swings, anger. I think anger is literally my personality trait half the time. So I've had, and there's like suicidal thoughts, self-harm, stuff like that. I've dealt with that since I've been 16. And that trauma that probably, at least my therapist and I kind of figured out, definitely came with me coming out of the closet. And a lot of other factors within my childhood and my family dynamic. And I definitely don't blame anybody or my family. I am proud for who I am, and every single event in my life led me here. So I'm very, very grateful. So I've always kind of dealt with that. Even in college, like my freshman year, I was mixing my antidepressants with alcohol, and that's like a big no-no. And I was trying to cope with me being away from home, but also trying to discover who I am, but also trying to handle what's going on in my head. And it caused me to, my grades to drop, get kicked off the soccer team, to basically not have that many friends, and it kind of took my own self, which it does for everybody, to get that help and actually try. Because when I was 16, they kind of just put me in a mental hospital and said, we're going to do this, this, and this, and I didn't really have my own say on my recovery. So I started bartending, started working in a restaurant, still going to therapy, figuring out how to handle this, if I want to stay on medication, if I want to stay off medication, and I am not on medication. And I've been doing okay, and I've been doing pretty well, and I'm not perfect. I still have really bad days, but I have a great support system, and I know what to do. I've been doing this for so long that I kind of have like my own plan. So I was in the service industry. I was working at Halligan's, and that that environment was really bad. Like, it was the most money I ever made, but man, that working in that bar was very mentally draining. And then I kind of was getting other pressures of, get a real job. Do the 9-to-5 thing. Get a real job. This bartending is not forever. So I ended up leaving bartending and starting to work at a mental hospital. And I worked at Central State in Petersburg, Virginia for 3 years. I worked all shifts. I worked day shift, mid shift, night shift. I worked with the patients directly. I've gotten into altercations. I've had to restrain people. It breaks my heart when I have to do that. Just seeing people cry and seeing that pain and just wanting to be there for them. So I was doing that while I was just being on the floor with the patients, that I got a promotion to become like a counselor. It's called a peer support specialist, where I use my own personal journey with my mental health and kind of saying, hey, this is not it. Look at me. I'm also struggling, but I know what I can do, and I can help you, and I can give you that advice. So I did that for the last year that I worked there, and honestly, one of the only reasons why I left was because of the money. The state does not pay well. The insurance and the perks are awesome, but it doesn't pay my bills. So I had to make a really tough decision and go back to the service industry, which I was missing a lot. I was doing like private events on the sides, weddings, stuff like that, and I really missed it. And it's not just because of the money, but like the people that I was around as well. I miss that community.
The atmosphere, that community feeling of
Right.
Yeah.
It's socialization.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up leaving the mental hospital, and I came back to bartending. But what comes full circle is that when I'm out in Richmond, sometimes I do see my former patients.
Oh, okay.
And I don't, unless they come up and talk to me, I'm not allowed to really talk to them.
Gotcha.
But some of them are still doing really well. I saw a couple of them at the grocery store, and they came up and said hello to me. I'm Katie, the tattoo lady, to them.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Or Ms. Katie or whatever, and it's really cool to see the advice that I give and them taking their own kind of like hold onto their own recovery.
Right.
Kind of go full circle. Now they're back out in the community.
So you can probably see like some of yourself and what you went through in them as the on their road to recovery.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. And then I do see some patients that are not doing as great, and I still say hello to them. And if I say, hey, keep doing well, make sure that you go to your appointments, make sure that you're getting your medication, I'll be checking in on you, I'll be driving by to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah.
I'm still going to do that because I create a rapport with you.
Right.
That's not going to go away just because I changed my job.
Yeah. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. I like that. You said that you also, that you do go to a therapist. So, for me, right, like, I struggle with like really bad anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't go to like doctors, so like I don't know if I'm like, what if I do have a bad paranoia?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, like before I go to bed, even if I check the doors and stuff, I get up and check it again, because I think I forgot.
Right.
And so I've struggled with or wrestled with the thought of like going to a therapist, but then I'm like, do I need one? So what would you say to that, like for someone that's like on like the fence?
Well, that thought was there for a reason.
Right.
And I can assume that thought was there more than once.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with giving a therapist a try, but trying to find the right therapist is kind of like dating. Like, you need to find somebody that you mesh with.
Right.
And as a sidebar, I haven't been to my therapist in about 2 years, and the pandemic definitely didn't help that.
Right.
So if somebody who is on the fence about wanting to go to therapy or not, at least right now in the age of like a pandemic and whatever, I would try to look at online counseling. It's really easy if you have like a really like anxiety of just talking to somebody and opening up. They have text message counseling. There's a lot of tools that you can kind of just get that reassurance in a pinch, that get that validation like right then and there. If you're not comfortable with wanting to just make that appointment, do like the whole formal setting. So there's other alternative ways to kind of get that help that you need also. So there's no excuse.
I feel like this is a shot at me. Not shot, Brandon. I got it. That's cool. I do. I remember that I saw that article that you had written about mental health.
Yeah.
And I knew enough about your journey where that made me really proud of you. That you were able to like overcome that hurdle, and just seeing the growth that you've over the last few years has been fun to watch.
Thanks.
Because when you watch your friends like and they're going through these like valleys and stuff, everybody does it. Everybody goes through like peaks and valleys. But like it's always a good feeling to see them on the other side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's been good watching you grow.
Always watch your friends be successful. Get that glow up.
Yeah, man. That's all it is. If you can't be happy for your friends, who the hell can you be happy for? But we've talked about enough about some sad shit. So it's sad shit. You wanted to talk about bar etiquette.
Bar etiquette.
Because a lot of your TikToks do involve that.
Yeah.
And they're hilarious.
Thank you. I gotta keep it funny.
It's like it's a combination of bar etiquette and just like some of the questions, some of the things that people say, like when they're ordering stuff, because like it does sound redundant, and you're like, you're saying the exact same thing.
It's almost all the TikToks that I make are based off of true stories that I've experienced or somebody else has.
Yeah.
And just at least with the pandemic, I feel like the service industry has been hit especially hard financially. We've been shut down for half a year.
Yep.
Reopening with all these major restrictions. Things that we cannot really like have control of, like the mask thing, the distance thing. We can't do anything but follow those policies in order for us to run a business and make money. To make you have a sense of normalcy, you just have to follow these rules for us.
It's really that simple.
It's really not hard.
It's really
and also, we don't like it either.
That's the thing that bugs me about the people who get really mad about the masks and stuff. It's like, fam, do you think we're just like, yeah, let's just have everybody wear masks and not be able to sit there? No, we don't want that. Nobody wants that.
No, it's not fun. I get masked me. I wear this shit 12 hours a shift.
Come on.
I am, like, my whole chin line is just completely, like, bumpy. And, it's sweaty. I can't, like, smile or do facial expressions. Or, like, smile with your eyes. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, god damn it. Like a glitter company gave me like a mask or a face gaiter. It says I'm smiling under here. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not. Why would I be smiling underneath like a cloth that's making my face hot and sweaty?
Exactly.
No, thank you.
Exactly.
And I feel like with all those factors plus many, many more factors with having to deal with those like kinds of clientele, not making as much money because you have half of a section or like Food Dog is already really tiny. That's where I work, and so we have to like cut our tables in half. We have 16 tables basically, no bar top, nothing like that.
Right.
And it's just tough. And we're running with a skeleton staff that is getting overworked for what kind of money? Yeah. Not where we're used to. So people are leaving the service industry, leaving the rest, this really stressed out and tired for not a lot. Yeah. So when we have guests come in with that entitlement and having that attitude of how, and I hate to say how things were pre-pandemic, we're not putting up with that anymore.
As you shouldn't. You really shouldn't have had to do it beforehand.
No, I agree. I feel like the pandemic has made people notice a lot more things just because we had nothing to do and just be on our phones and just see everything going on with the world, how other people act with other people, and I feel like everybody's kind of taking a stand for it.
So, what's the biggest faux pas for you as far as bar etiquette is? Like, what's the one thing that's gonna just set you off?
Being rude is probably my biggest thing, but I feel like that's really cliche to say, so I guess I could be a little bit more specific. If somebody's snapping at me, I will literally snap right back into your face.
Nice.
Yeah, I've done that before. I got chased somebody down the street with a baseball bat before. That was pre-pandemic.
Jesus, you out here being Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, I was like 23 years old. I had no tattoos. I was skinny. I was just like, I was a shrimp, seriously. Yeah. And I was chasing this dude down the street who was rude to me and called me a dyke and this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, oh, really? And then I like whipped out this.
Oh, really?
It wasn't like wooden. It was a metal baseball bat. And I was like, get out. And he's like, what are you going to do with that? And I was like, and then my cook, whose name is Buster, he was like, oh no, because I have that anger problem. Chase him down the street. But rudeness is like kind of one of my biggest like triggers with the service industry, and there's no way to avoid it. There's just ways to kind of handle it and deal with it. You can either be submissive and kind of just give into what the customer says, or you can stand up for it and say, this is my house, you're going to follow my rules.
Right.
But
that's what it is. It's basically your house at that time, you know?
Yeah, it's my stage. People are there to see me.
Right. And
to have great drinks, great service.
Right.
But also, if you want that great service, you have to treat me with respect as well.
Correct.
But if rudeness wasn't a thing, I would definitely say the way that people order drinks, or their forms of ID. Oh, because I've had so many experiences with both where it's just ridiculous.
So what do you mean by that?
Okay, for the ID thing. So working at Food Dog, it is right next to VCU. I know how to catch fakes really well.
Right.
Just for working in dive bars and working near a college. But I've had somebody give me their probation paperwork because it has their birthday on it. And they're like, this is a valid form of ID. And I would literally get into an argument with someone saying, no, this is not. I'm literally just looking at your charges on a piece of paper.
That's all it is. I just know what you did now.
Yeah, I was like, this is your mugshot, and now I know where you live. Like,
that's all what just happened there, buddy.
And it's just like people give me their college ID saying that's valid. I've had somebody give me their like sister's ID, and I knew who their sister was. And I was just like, what do you think? Like, I don't like when people think that I'm stupid.
They playing.
Yeah, or telling me how to...
They playing with your intelligence.
Yeah, or tell me how to do my job.
Oh.
Like, if I had somebody who had a cracked ID, and that's not valid, I will not serve you if you have a big crack in your ID. I don't care if it's not expired. I don't care if you're 40.
Yeah.
And this dude was like, it's okay, ABC, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, do you bartend, or you work in the service industry? He's like, no.
Yeah, of course not.
So it's just like little things that can make the whole experience just so much smoother if we just have a common ground of, these are valid forms of ID, these are ways to talk to another human being, not just a bartender or a server, just to speak with another human.
Yeah.
That would make my life and everybody's life so much easier.
You're here to have a good time, buddy.
Exactly. Like, if you want me to get you, I'm in charge of your alcohol and your fun right now.
Exactly.
Like, this could be a lot of fun, or I can just drip like one
down I can get real light with these pours. Come on.
Exactly,
man.
and I will charge you top shelf.
Come on, man.
I'd have done that. Well, I don't know. What did you pour?
Oh, yeah. I almost messed that up. It is Scott. Oh my God. This is Scott Kelley? Oh, yeah, it is. Scott Kelley's Pinot Noir. This is a Naked Wines wine there. You get 60% off of market price wines from independent winemakers, man.
Oh, shit. Shout out. Sponsor him.
Yeah, I've been trying. I'm going to have to visit.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to go to their headquarters.
What is your favorite kind of wine?
So, I'm pretty sure I'm a Riesling guy.
Okay.
I'm a big Riesling guy.
Nice.
Riesling's probably number one. Number two is probably... Sauvignon Blancs are really good to me, too.
Yeah. So
they've done me well.
You're like a big white wine type of guy.
I am. Now I like red blends.
Okay.
I figured out that I like red blends, so I've never found like a red, pure red that I like.
Right. So it's more of you like the refreshing sweetness, kind of tart type of taste of things.
Right. Not too sweet, but like just that right amount.
Dry wine is just not a thing. Okay. Yeah. I don't know, you should have taken that class.
I would have loved to.
I came in loving like white wine and left loving red wine.
It completely flipped it. Yeah, instead I was on the block posting up.
Shit, whatever. You guys were a great basketball team anyway, so.
We were cool, man. It was fun. Alright, let's see what we got. Ooh, that is aggressive.
Delicious.
Not bad.
I love a good Pinot.
Yeah. So you said you went in like you white, but left.
Like
so why though?
I have no idea. I think because I drank an entire bottle of Chardonnay and puked on that trip.
That might have.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But I guess expanding my palate and then having to do it so many times that I was kind of like adapting my taste buds to it. And it's not like I like all red wines. Cabernets are a little bit rough for me, just because of the tannins are really suck the like moisture out of your mouth and it makes your mouth really dry. But I really love Pinot Noirs because they're kind of more of like the mellow, mild type of red wine.
Okay.
But another good red wine is a Grenache. It's kind of like a Pinot. It's a little bit more juicier flavor.
God. We just had one last episode.
Oh, really?
I pronounced it wrong, Pierce.
How'd you say it? Grenache?
Grenache.
It's probably like that anyway. I made it sound fancy.
But like we had it, and I was like, oh, this is actually really good because like it was interesting. Like a lot of times these reds like they end up tasting the same to me, similar. That one was different because of just it just hit me different, you know.
Well, it's also pretty like. It's not really as popular as like the standard Pinot Noir, Merlot, stuff like that. Also, I think I said it wrong, so you probably said it right.
Somebody had to tell us.
I don't know if there was an apostrophe over that E or not.
I can't remember. I know it was French. I know that for a fact. To the bottom.
It is.
To the bottom. Because that wine was French. I was like, oh, okay. Because the whole bottle was French. I'm like, all right, so it has to be.
That whole bottle was French.
I'm just going to take Grenache, and that's what I want. It's crazy. I took 3 years in high school and 3 years in college. Don't even ask me to say anything.
I took French in college too. Were we in the same class?
We might have been.
I think so.
You take the graph?
Yeah.
Which one did you take the graph? Was you speaking English or French?
Oh, she was speaking French the entire time.
Okay,
the entire time.
Yeah, no, then we might have taken a thing class because that was a wake up moment for me.
Yeah.
So like in high school, like she would do alternate.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there first day. I was like, oh shit.
Well, yeah, you were a senior when I was a freshman, so I took French only my freshman year, both semesters. So yeah, we probably were.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I took French for like my AP exam, got like a 4, or I don't know, like one of the top scores on it, and I was like, this is gonna be easy.
That's what I'm saying. I did so well because they were like, yeah, you went out of the freshman class. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
So I went in there. She just started speaking French. I was like,
Are you still fluent? Do you know anything?
hell, I know like words. I can't speak shit. I can say shit.
I don't know either. the only thing I know how to say is je ne sais pas parler français, which means I don't know how to speak French.
That's it. That's it. Or I can say my name, Brandon. That's it.
Je m'appelle.
Je m'appelle. That's it. That's it. Or I like all that stuff. But anything else?
Yeah.
Don't ask me to have no conversation.
No. I can read it a little bit.
I
would have to
bad
stare
at
at it for about 30 minutes for me to read a sentence.
Like if I see a word, I'm like, and I start
that
typing
sounds
some stuff.
familiar. Look at the body language.
Yeah. But other than that, no.
Oh man.
I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I did not do well in this classes either.
I did okay. C's get degrees and I got 1.
They do get
Barely.
degrees. I don't think I got a C in that one. That might have been the only D I got in college. Was French. Because that was a struggle. Like you got like.
I was a terrible student.
I was like, man, you don't want to speak English at all in this class? Not once? Like, just give me a bone.
I literally think she didn't even like introduce herself or say, I'm gonna speak French the entire semester. I don't even think she said
that. It was
that.
just a hit. Like she just came in and started speaking. Like, whoa.
Also, I don't remember if it was a morning or an afternoon class, but I was always tired. Like I was always like, this is way too early for this shit.
Depending, yeah, probably. I think it was an early class.
Like 11. I don't remember. It wasn't like an 8 a.m., but it was not like a 3 p.m. class.
Did you have 8 a.m. classes in college?
Near the end of my college career.
Do you remember what it was?
Oh, freaking psychology. Yeah, a lot of psychology classes, and then I had to do like computer science and freaking statistics and stuff like that. And that was 8 a.m. also, but most of my, I would stack them because I was also starting to work in the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working full time and then trying to finish up my senior year part time. So I would kind of try to stack the days that I wasn't working. So I had 8 a.m. all the way until 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Tuesday and Thursday, basically, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I don't remember.
Yeah.
And then I would work the rest of the week.
Man, listen. I had one 8 a.m. class, right? That I can remember. I might have had one more, but I think I only had one. I think because the other time was like 8:40 or something. I think. Either way,
Yeah.
I've ever had an 8 a.m. class. So it was freshman year, and so in the early in the year, we're still doing like not warm-ups, but not warm-up drills. What do you have? Conditioning. We're doing conditioning and shit. So like, we get up early in the morning to like run the football field and do other ridiculous, non-necessary, we could do something else type of things to like get ready for the season. So, but then like after he's killed us for like an hour and a half, he's like, make sure you're not late for class. My class is in 30 minutes.
I have to shower.
You know what you're doing.
I need breakfast.
So here's the thing, like if it was a class that I was excited, if it was an English class, I'd been fine.
Yeah.
If it was an exciting class, I'd been fine. You know what class I had at 8 o'clock? History of the blues.
Of the blues?
Of the blues.
Why did you take that?
They, in freshmen, they just give,
Oh yeah, that's right. What was it called? The FY.
FYE.
Yeah.
So they just give you stuff. So I'm like,
history of the blues.
What?
So it was history and music?
No, history of the blues.
That's it.
That's what it was.
That's
so like
dumb.
every style as the decades went on, and I'm just sitting in class like, and he's like, make sure you don't fall asleep in class. Like you're asking a lot right now.
Yo.
But he would like do routine walk-bys. So like you had like.
Is this the military?
He's killing me, bro. I'm like, man, listen, you might not catch me one of these days. But as a freshman, I was like, listen, let's suck it up at least for the first year, and then later on.
It's like your first impression. This is what college is
gonna
be
that's
like.
what I'm saying, man. Like, bro, I was struggling, man. But fortunately, it was like essays or whatever, so like I'm good at those.
Yeah.
So I could, all I knew like part of the material, I can like bullshit like the rest of it,
Right.
and get the good. So I got a decent grade in it. But
Hmm.
as far as staying awake, man, that job was
I
crazy.
don't remember what that FYE class I had. It was music and something else. I think it was Shakespeare. Shakespeare and music.
See, I could have did that. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
That's easy money for me.
It was stupid, and it was really early in the morning. It wasn't 8 a.m. I think it was 9, but it was still early.
It was still early.
And it was dumb. It was like 4 hours.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Mm. So, trying to think. So, you graduated high school. If I was a senior, so you graduated in 2010.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably better to do like 2000 stuff with you. That's probably like that's.
You act like you're so much older than me. But
I
yeah.
know, right? I know, right? Like it's weird. It's weird, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel old, Katie.
I mean.
I be feeling old, bro.
Same.
I be feeling old, but like standing up, cracking knees and
That
shit.
whole college athletics age your body.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was no aging like that though.
What?
No,
Yeah.
not like that though. Not like that though.
My ankles still hurt. Thank you, Coach Woods.
Shout out to him, man.
No. No. I'm okay.
Oh man. That's what I was telling Brittany. I was like, oh man, they finally had a really good season. And she's like, yeah, we know why. I was like, hey, thank you.
Shout out to Brittany. Oh my God, me and Brittany coached soccer together.
Oh,
we
yeah,
were
I think I remember
co-coaches.
her saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was so much fun.
How was that?
We were so much better than Coach Woods.
No, you are exactly this thing. He is taking strays for no reason right now.
Well, whatever. I don't care. But it was a lot of fun because when I was on the soccer team at Macon, I looked up to Brittany a lot. Like, Brittany was really nice to me. She kind of like took me under her wing, and she's just all around like a good human being.
For sure.
So when she reached out to me to coach with her, 100%, I love that girl to death.
Yeah.
And she's come into Food Dog and support me, come into Fatty Smokes and support me when I worked there. You came into Fatty Smokes and supported me there. I missed that spot.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah.
That food was delicious.
The food was so good. The food was so good. I've seen Ashley Stover. Stover is a Food Dog regular before I even worked there.
Oh wow.
Like everybody knew who she was, and then I was like, "Did you come in here to see me?" And she's like, "No, I didn't know you worked here." And I was like, "Oh, all right then."
Okay.
But yeah, I miss all of them.
Yeah. So how is coaching like? How old were the people kids who were coaching?
High school.
High school. So how is that? Because like.
High school girls?
That's like on the cusp. That's what I'm saying. It's like on the cusp of I know everything.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was boy problems. There was some that just didn't like want to take it seriously, but there were some that were really wanting to take it seriously, but weren't having the resources or the backup teammates to make them like succeed. If I was that like needy and crazy in high school, I am sorry. Like,
I apologize.
I am so sorry, but I've
Yeah.
always wanted to stay on the line for sprints for so long, and I got to do that so many times. But also, I was the cool coach because I didn't.
I was about to ask, were you good cop or bad cop?
I was definitely the good cop because Brittany worked at the school. She was the bad cop automatically. No, she was actually she was a great coach.
Yeah.
She definitely took the tools that she did when she was mentoring me just on the soccer field and definitely brought it to that soccer field.
Okay.
And I'm sure that she brings it to like every aspect of her life, especially now being a whole doctor.
Except for maybe that real aggressive thing she does on the soccer field.
Oh my God, when she just like hits people with her dump
Yeah,
truck and just makes them yeeted across the field.
Maybe not that. She shouldn't bring that too much.
Yeeted.
Yeah. Little shoulder blow.
That's why I will not play defense against her. She tears you down.
Yeah, I'm scared of her now. On a soccer field?
Oh
yes.
yeah, for sure.
Anywhere else is fine.
Over.
Anywhere else is fine, like on a soccer field. Nah. You wanna play soccer together?
No.
Nah, I'm cool, bro. You just
No one-on-ones with Brittany.
Yeah, I'll watch you and cheer on the sideline. That's where I'm at. Right there. Away from the harms you about to put on everybody else on this field.
We could definitely say the same thing about you when you were playing basketball too.
I'm a nice guy.
Okay.
I was a nice guy.
On the basketball court?
Absolutely. Used to shake the hands of my opponents as I was.
Well, duh, that's sportsmanship, but
Yeah.
no, you're a beast on the basketball court too. I'm a nice guy.
I am. I was a really nice guy.
Not on the court.
time and a place. There's a time and a place. So let's get into you love changing your hair color a lot.
Keep it interesting.
Yeah. So what's the, because I know a lot of people do it, and a lot of people do it for different reasons. There are some people who end up changing their natural hair color, and then that's just the hair color they choose, right? And then just stick with it, which is cool. But you like to
keep you on
change.
your toes.
Yeah, you like to change it up. One day it's like, oh, I'm this, and then next day, ooh. So what's the inspiration behind it?
I guess there's really not much inspiration. Like I said before, I kind of lived my life by everything I wanted to do, say, thought, acted, me personally just felt wrong because I was just invalidated that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know what necessarily what really triggered for me to color my hair, but it gives me a lot more confidence, so I'm cool with it. I think when I was starting to work at Fatty Smokes is when I colored my hair really funky for the first time, and honestly I was just doing like my friend like a favor because she wanted to practice on someone.
Gotcha.
And then I really liked it.
Yeah.
So I started to color it more.
Nice.
And then when I started to be more on TikTok and I had my hair, I don't remember what color it was, like a grayish like.
It's like kind of silver.
Kinda,
right?
yeah. Manic Panic reached out to me to do a collaboration and sent me a bunch of different colors, wanted me to do a couple videos on it, and now my hair is blue.
Shout out to Manic Panic.
Shout out to Manic Panic, and they sent me wine too.
Panic is on it.
Right? They sent me a whole bottle of wine
They
with
are
wine
on it.
glasses and a bunch of colors, and I was like, this is nice.
That's
nice.
Dope. That's dope as hell.
But I actually really like my blue hair. I think the blue is my favorite.
Yeah, blue's so famous so far.
So far.
Nice.
Purple
nice.
is dope, but blue is better.
Blue's better.
Get the Smurf vibes going.
Ooh, Smurfs. Old school. Now the tats. You said at 23 you had the tats. Right?
I didn't have that as many. I
Okay.
wouldn't say I have. Like I got my first tattoo when I was 16. It's
Okay.
a heart in a soccer ball.
Okay.
It's really
Very,
bad.
very basic 16-year-old.
I got it in some dude's garage. He was smoked before he did. He was drunk. It was a really bad experience.
Yeah.
$20 though.
Hey, listen, you can't beat the price.
I didn't have that many tattoos. I think I was just starting on the sleeve. Like maybe the outline was done, but it wasn't completed.
Right.
And I didn't have anything on this arm at all.
Okay.
Like this arm was like free real estate. There was nothing here.
Yeah.
There was nothing on my sides, my back, or my ankles, or anything like that. It was just, I guess, like kind of like the hair thing. Like I didn't really have that opportunity to kind of express myself in a way. And yeah, this whole sleeve is dedicated to my dad's side of the family because my yaya was Greek.
Okay.
So that makes me, I think, third generation Greek American, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and I just really like the art, and it really kind of is more of a defining factor of who I am. Also, people recognize me from the tattoos.
Right.
People know who I am from the tattoos, and it kind of tells a story about who I am also.
Cool.
So like this is my family, at least one half of my family.
Right.
I got a lemon because I'm a bartender, so I stay bitter because I'm a bartender. I have a little mixing tin. I got a little strainer. I got a little shaker.
Yeah.
Got my cat.
Nice.
But I don't know. I like tattoos in general, and I think the art's amazing. I like promoting my friend's art. If it's tattooing, I think that's a great way to express yourself and kind of tell a story behind it. Like, I hate when people are like, "What does that mean?" I'm like, "I have a taco tattoo."
Sometimes it's just.
I literally
I
like tacos, so I got it tattooed on my ankle.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how many tattoos you have?
Does this count as one or many? Because I don't know.
We'll count it as one just to make it easier on you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19? I think I'm missing one. Let's say 20.
So we'll say 20 to round it off.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not done yet. I don't know what I'm going to get next, but I'm not done yet.
But you're not done. Yeah. That's dope though, man.
Thanks.
That's dope. I was just telling Ann that that's what I want for my birthday.
It's a tattoo?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
It's been 7. I don't know. I have to think about it. But it's been 7 or 8 years since I had one. Which is crazy because like you'll know because like with tattoos you get the first one and you just want another one.
You get that itch.
And another one.
Yep.
And another. You know what I'm saying? It's so weird. It's like a weird addiction type thing, but like healthier.
Oh for sure. Oh for sure.
A lot healthier. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do though, man. Because I want to get like fun stuff. Because you know me, I like the anime, like what's called it. But I feel like I should do one with meaning. But I don't have to do one with meaning. Like you say, like
yeah, no.
sometimes I just like.
If you like it, you like it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I remember one time I was actually playing in the game, and I was killing this thing, bro. Watching them league. I'm smart mother. Anyway, yeah, I was killing them.
But you're a nice guy.
I am. I did. I dunked on him, yelled because I was excited about his defense that didn't work. And so he ran back. He's like, "Yeah, nice tattoo." I'm like, "Really?
Thank you.
That's what you got here, buddy? That's terrible."
Nice tattoo. You're so tall.
It's like that was such a terrible thing, man. But yeah, I definitely want to get a new tattoo.
That'll be so much fun.
Yeah, I remember growing up, my mom didn't want me to get tattoos at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I did it anyway. Wait till I got to college, got one.
Oh.
Yeah, you know.
Cool.
It was like, you know, the whole I want you out of my house thing.
Right.
I got out the house. But I did do one thing that she said. It's like, you know, if you try to get another job, like try to keep waiting past them where you can block them off.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, at this point in time, like the way society is moving, about 10% of people really care about that. Now you still get those people like, I'm not going to a doctor with a bunch of tattoos, and you're gonna die.
Unfortunately, that's your choice.
You're going to die. Like what?
Yeah, no, that generation that has that mindset is now retiring. So
We're done.
or dying. Retiring.
Yeah.
Sure.
From Earth. And yeah, but it's
so
like,
that society is definitely changing.
So it's like now I'm like, well, maybe I do want to get like a thing down
Right.
my arm. You know what I'm saying? So I'm steadily thinking.
Yeah,
As far
and like
as
tattoos don't take away from your skill set.
that's what I'm saying. Like, just because somebody is tatted, it doesn't mean they aren't qualified to do things.
Right. I honestly would go to somebody with tattoos. I would go to a doctor with tattoos over a doctor without tattoos.
Because I feel like that person would be uptight at all.
Right. Like I feel like that person
There'd
has
be
more
no-
life experience.
No judgment, nothing
Exactly.
on that side.
Exactly. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that might say something about us, but it's like I don't think it does. It just said that we're open to like different things.
Right. You're able to relate to somebody more.
Exactly.
You have something in common, and also you have that that shared sense of validation and reassurance and empathy and stuff like that.
And that's really all I care about.
Good.
That's so weird when people do that.
Yeah.
But that's society, unfortunately, in a whole. Where like, I was just telling somebody, I can't remember what it was, but it was the thing about this wrong society right now, or like the thing that keeps stopping us from moving is the fact that everybody wants to keep things the same and don't want to change anything. Even though times are changing. Like
Right.
you can't act the same way now that you did like 30 years ago.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Too many things have changed in that span of time.
Right.
So it's like people have a hard time of adapting and like rolling with change rather than trying to stick their feet in the mud. Like I'm not moving.
But that's literally how humans have survived so far.
I don't understand.
I don't get
It's
that.
a hard concept.
It's really
It's not a hard
technology
concept.
is changing, so you need to change with that, so
Yes.
we can keep living as a species, basically.
That's it. It boggles my mind every day that,
Oh, man.
that I have to have this conversation with
Mhm.
people all the time. It's just weird, man. All right. So let's go ahead and get ready for our third and final, which is another of your sangrias.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us what this is?
Yeah. Okay. So, like I said before, with the white one, usually sangria is wine, a liqueur that usually it's a triple sec, an orange liqueur, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that.
Okay.
So, when any kind of liqueur that's kind of low in alcohol but adds a little bit of flavoring to it, is you could throw it to any sangria, whatever flavor you want.
Okay.
So with this one, it's a red wine. I think it's a cab, so it's going to be a little dry, but because I know that you don't like that kind of stuff. Actually, I didn't know at the time, but I'm glad that I kind of made a little mix with it. I put some black raspberry liqueur to kind of round out the tannins of the Cabernet, to add a little bit of sweetness to make that balance. Orange juice, because orange juice is acidic but also really sweet.
Okay.
And it's a lemon lavender syrup.
Okay.
To have a little bit of an herbal note, a little bit more of like a citrusy acidic note to it.
Okay.
But it's not, it gets more acidic than the orange juice.
Okay.
So it's going to be on the sweeter side, so don't let the Cabernet part scare you.
Okay, cool.
Should have just got straws.
Now, lesson learned.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. So the one thing I didn't do before coming, like before you got here, is I was supposed to like research like a wok that is deep red and has like a double jump going right now. Look at that.
All those years of training is paying off.
What a legend. I wanted to research like some wine facts. I want to start like a new segment on here because the show's called Clueless Vino, so I know nothing, but I should be learning as we go along. And I don't.
A quiz at the end of the episode.
I give no like wine stats at the end, so I wanted to start a new segment called Only Facts. Like about wine.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I want to start a segment called Only Facts. So today, I'm not gonna have nothing, but I'm gonna let you take it in charge of this one for our first Only Facts.
Oh wow.
Because you keep saying the word tannins, and I would like to know what that is. And
So tannins are the skins of the grapes.
okay.
So it's a chemical that's in the skins of the wine grape that adds. I don't like to say the word bitter because that's kind of like the first thought. The word, like the association of the flavor and the texture of it. Because it kind of sucks the moisture out of your mouth a little bit.
Okay.
But it actually it's supposed to add more of a bodiness to the wine itself.
Okay.
You see it a lot in red wines because with white wines you squish the grape, but you also take the skins off.
Okay.
So let's say with a red Zinfandel or a pink Zinfandel.
Okay.
That is red wine, but they took the skins off of it.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't have that tannin taste to it, but that still has like the peakness of it.
Gotcha.
I think that's right. I'm pretty sure that's right. But I know
I believe it.
tannins are the skins and the skins of the grapes, and most red wines have them, especially if they're darker.
Okay.
There's gonna be more tannins in them.
Gotcha.
So Cabernets, Syrahs or Shiraz. Shiraz is what they call that wine in Australia.
Yep. I have one of those too.
Things that places where they have really hot climates are gonna have higher in tannins.
Okay.
Just because of the heat and the climate, I believe. I don't know much else about it.
Okay. And that's been Only Facts.
And that's been Only Facts.
Yes! Nice, you killed that.
Thanks. Whew. Can I cuss on you? I'm just playing.
You know better. That's good. Wow. You're right, because like I've had calves before and calves like dry.
Yeah.
You don't get any of that.
Nope.
You get none of that.
I definitely get the black raspberry liqueur a lot.
Yeah.
And you can smell the lavender. It's really subtle, but you can smell
It's
a little
there.
bit.
Yeah. That's good. Wow.
Yeah.
You are good at what you do.
Oh, thank God.
You are good at what you do. You are great at what you do.
Oh, thank
No,
you.
no, no. You are legendary.
I gotta stop saying that.
I'm not
See,
going
the sun,
to.
it's getting bigger.
I'm not going to stop doing it. Okay. So usually I do. Sometimes I do like flash questions. Just ask you, just pick this or that, or just explain whatever. So that's what we're gonna do here.
Let's go.
Favorite 2000s music group, band. Could be band, artist.
Paramore.
Paramore.
Yep.
Shout out to her. I love her.
Yeah, no, that was, I saw Paramore for the first time in 2009. They were not headlining. They were opening. That they were not big yet.
That's early.
And they were opening for No Doubt.
Oh damn, No Doubt was so good.
Yeah, they were like they were doing like a reunion.
Okay, I'm about to say because in 09, because that was after.
Yeah.
That's after Hollaback Girl.
Yep, that was years after all that, or about 5 years after that, or something like that.
Yeah, but they took off like right after that too, because I think the following year was that Misery Business?
No, they had Misery Business come out, but that was their album that just came out.
Okay.
2009 is when they released that album.
Okay, because I think
Or 2008.
It's either around that time or soon after. That's when they did or that's when what's her name?
Hayley Williams.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's when she did the Airplane Show with B.O.B.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good song too.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. We would play that everywhere.
Paramore's my jam. Still my jam.
I like them, man. She had a solo album come out recently.
She did. Like she had a couple. Like I don't think I listened to the whole album, but I definitely listened to the single. And now she has a hair dye company called Good Dye, and I've seen her all over TikTok also, and she like promotes that company a lot, and it's all organic, vegan stuff like that.
Nice, good for her, man. I love her. She's a genuine person.
She's really cool, and she's a great singer, great musician.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
For sure.
Like, this is, you know how like stereotypes be like, oh, black people don't listen to rock music or whatever. That's a weird thing that people have.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's sometimes
Oh.
depending on where you go and who you ask. But there's one group, Paramore. You tell somebody,
It's a bop.
oh yeah, we bought we
It's a
we,
bop,
we
yeah.
hang with Paramore. Yeah, I love Paramore. Okay, you used to watch Disney?
Yep.
Okay, 2000 Disney show.
Disney show? Ooh, I loved Hannah Montana. I will say that I love
Really?
Hannah Montana. Yup, and it's because I'm so obsessed with Miley Cyrus.
Okay, yeah.
Especially Miley Cyrus now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I loved Hannah Montana. I was actually a really big Jonas Brothers fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. I loved the Jonas Brothers. And I still do.
That's interesting.
Dude, I fucking love them. I didn't like their show, but I like watched Camp Rock and stuff like that. And but my all-time favorite Disney show is Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, the
Hands
she's
down.
That's the GOAT show, I think.
That was my first girl crush. So
Yeah.
I was like, maybe. Maybe.
I like Hillary definitely.
She was so cute.
Remember
And
that?
she's so pretty.
She is.
She's gorgeous.
Remember that song she came out with?
Oh my god.
Oh, so yesterday. That was one of the songs
I'm
where
just already jamming to it in my head.
that was one of the songs where I couldn't tell nobody I liked the song at the time. I was like, I just played it.
And you're just like, yeah, I love this.
It's like Hillary the single? No. Yeah, man. Lizzie McGuire was a really good show. I like Lizzie McGuire, man.
They were supposed to do a reboot and then they canceled
Oh, that was trash.
it. Literally the only reason why I got Disney Plus.
Don't even get me started about Disney Plus. Disney Plus has been very disappointing thus far. One, they won't put Pepper Rand
That's true.
or any of my other favorite shows on there, like The Weekenders. I mean, they had a recess, so that was fun. They won't put those on there. Then when they start doing you can watch the movie as it debuts in the theater, which has to pay $30 extra.
Yeah, you have to pay money for it.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that, Disney.
Right.
Disney is people don't talk. Disney is a monopoly.
Definitely,
They are
100%.
insane. I mean, if you wanted to sponsor me, that'd be fine. But like, you can't.
Shout out Disney.
But you can't just be like strong arming people. Like HBO Max and all the other people, like, yeah, no, we'll just let you watch the movie.
Right.
It's fine. You're already paying us.
Also, like, you're paying $30 for, like, let's say it was the new Mulan movie. Did you watch that?
Hell no.
Don't watch it. It's not. I don't like it. I mean, it's historically accurate.
Yeah.
It's historically accurate on a story that never happened.
So.
Like, this Mulan person did not exist.
It's a great historic fiction.
Exactly. I'm like, if you're gonna do historic fiction, put Mushu in there. There's no singing.
Oh, wait, no, Mushu's not in it.
No.
No, I did see they weren't going to do the singing, but like it's not really. They could have. Disney didn't need to be a part of that. They could have just made like an action movie based off of Mulan.
Yeah.
Because because Mulan is basically that's an action story.
Exactly.
Disney just added their typical Disney fluff, and that's a great movie, by the way.
Right.
One of the better.
I do love Mulan.
And she's one of the better princesses, because she's not really.
Yeah.
But it's one of the better movies.
Right.
Because she's actually like independent and.
Badass, powerful women.
Right. Because some of these Disney movies don't be teaching the right things.
Yeah, they do like the damsel in distress type of shit.
Yo, man.
Mulan's probably like one of the first Disney movies in that. Well, it was like 90s, right? Maybe late 90s.
You know what's crazy? A lot of those movies aren't as recent as you think. Like some of those movies, like Cinderella. What do you think Cinderella was actually made?
1950.
Okay, no, you're actually smarter than the
Yeah.
average person. But like a lot of people think, like, because they see it in the 90s, like, oh yeah, this came out like 5 or 10 years ago.
Nope.
No, 40 years ago.
Yeah,
actually.
I was like, Snow White was the first one. No, Sleeping Beauty or Snow White was the first one.
I want to say Sleeping Beauty.
Well, those came out in the 30s or the 20s.
Insane,
Yeah.
right? That's crazy.
And like you can see how society like was at the time through those movies itself.
Considering that homeboy was just kissing people while they were asleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like,
very creepy.
The whole damsel in distress, like the damsel in distress thing, also like just the
homie
way
was
that
like
people
31
speak.
or something, and she was like
You're
14
kissing,
or something.
You're kissing random girls
Yo, it's
that are
some
sleeping.
wild shit.
I don't know.
It's some wild shit.
Like, I saved you. No, you didn't. You assaulted me.
Like, sir, who are you? Like, I'm waking up. Like,
How did you get in my house?
Who are you?
I had a really tall tower for a reason. Nobody could bother me here.
Right. It's like, why are you putting now? Rapunzel did teach you that guys like pulling on girls' hair.
All right.
Only
facts.
Yeah, only facts. Okay. So let's say you and Bambi want to go on a date, and
There's no panini press. There's
No
no
Panasonic.
There's no Pandora's box.
Right.
And
Exactly.
Mercury's in 7th grade.
Mercury's in 7th grade. That's a good one.
Thank you. I got that from TikTok.
I like that one. See, that's teaching you something too.
Oh, I know.
Where do you go? What do you take?
So if there's no pandemic, so Bambi and I met at Metro Bar and Grill on Robinson Street. It's
Okay.
a dirty dive bar.
Yeah.
It's no longer there. It kind of got eaten up by, they said it was eaten up by the pandemic. There was definitely a lot of other issues with that. It was already going to go.
Mm-hmm.
I met her through there. I'm very grateful that I worked there just so I can meet her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's also pretty well known around the city also. So we like to go out to different restaurants and bars, but also like we're really big homebodies. Like we just really like chilling at home.
Yeah.
So getting takeout from a local restaurant, making sure that we support the local restaurant industry, especially right now. Especially right now. Being able to take food home and just watching something fun on TV, something that we've never seen before, is usually what we really like to do.
Okay.
But she's also like a really big hippie. She loves to be outside. She loves yoga, so she's teaching me how to do yoga also. She's taken me to some yoga classes in the middle of Monument, and I tried to learn kind of.
Yeah.
I'm still learning.
You try your best. Yeah.
I'm not that flexible, but I'm learning. Just being able to create memories, but also supporting the community around us is kind of like the ideal date.
That's cool. Oh, look at y'all. Y'all are cute, man.
She's wonderful. She's so wonderful.
Y'all are cute, man. Okay. Who would you say now, as far as celebrities go? Do you have any?
A celebrity crush?
Hmm?
Demi Lovato.
And you do love Demi.
I freaking love Demi
You
Lovato.
love Demi, yeah.
So much.
You love Demi.
Yep, can't think of anybody else.
Demi, and that is it.
Demi fucking Lovato. But she's also had mental health issues and like stuff with addiction.
Other stuff, yeah.
And her being very transparent about it also like just makes her an interesting person, aside from the fact that she's talented and gorgeous.
Right.
So it's like I'm not saying, oh, you're hot. There's a lot of other factors into her that makes her really attractive and just like a really cool person.
Right. Overall. Yeah, because she's overcome a lot.
A lot. Like she just came out with a documentary on YouTube about all of that stuff, and she's very, very transparent. Like there's trigger warnings at the beginning of it.
Oh, wow.
And it's definitely worth the watch.
Yeah.
It definitely gave me, and like I've already respected her a lot, but now I have like a newfound respect for her also.
Cool. That's dope, man. I like that.
Shout out to Demi Lovato.
Shout out to Demi. Shout out to Demi for doing her thing.
I said that shit without hesitation.
You did. Like, you was like, bam. Oh, Demi Lovato. And no one else.
Nope. Demetria, what's up?
Alright, what's the most common drink ordered at a bar, would you say?
Usually, a highball. If it's not a beer or anything, usually it would be a highball, which is just a 2-ingredient drink, like vodka sodas, vodka cranberries, whiskey ginger, stuff like that. Those are usually ordered the most.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to make. Now, cocktail-wise, I would say I make a lot of margaritas. I make old fashions a lot, and I've made martinis, but I haven't made a lot recently. I think just because the dynamic in society and taste buds are changing a little bit. But also I like to get creative. But I would say that definitely margaritas and basic things like vodka sodas and stuff like that are definitely the norm.
Right.
But I like to create like a menu for people to for people that like vodka sodas or like vodka cranberries to kind of expand their palate out a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So I use those ingredients, but I add something to it.
Gotcha.
And
So step them out that basic game.
Exactly. Like if you have like something with a simple syrup in it, I'm gonna throw in a flavor to it.
Okay.
Or I'll throw in something herbally, or I'll infuse the vodka for the vodka soda, or the tequila for whatever you want.
You get positive feedback from that typically?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have a drink right now, and it's a Paloma basically. And a Paloma is tequila, lime juice, and grapefruit juice. It is like a classic cocktail.
Okay.
So what I did was take the tequila. I got an herbal tequila from Dr. Stoner's, which is actually on the bag, and it smells like weed basically.
Yeah.
There's no weed in it. It's not going to get you high or anything, but you can smell that through your nose. Yep. Exactly. So I took 4 of those bottles and I poured them into a big container. I cut up 3 oranges, threw them in there, and then I threw a bunch of sage leaves in it also.
Okay.
And I'm letting it sit for about 2 days. You know, maybe 3 if you want to give it more of like a powerful taste to it.
Yep.
And you can smell the sage more. It kind of goes with the bud smell of it.
Right.
And you can also have that citrus type of taste to the tequila. If you just want to put it on the rocks, you can just taste it like that.
Okay.
You can learn more about tequila if you're kind of new to it by infusing it with something that you like.
Interesting, because tequila and meat don't always go well. I feel like tequila. I've always said tequila, like, even if you take your clothes off or like want to fight.
Yeah.
I'm a ladder.
Yes.
Yeah.
You like to fight because of tequila? Oh, I'm glad
Yeah, it's just I don't know, it's just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair.
But I can, if I'm mentally prepared, like if somebody's like, oh, we're doing tequila shots tonight, like yeah, I'm just like, I will take one with you guys, and that is it.
Have
if
you
go before any further? It's not gonna end well.
Is it just like silver tequila? Usually clear tequila?
I think so. I think silver tequila. I think typically when people give me shots on it, it's usually silver tequila.
Right.
It's not dark.
They're easier to drink, but usually, like, if you don't necessarily like tequila, I would always kind of steer somebody towards a darker tequila, like an añejo tequila. Mm-hmm. It's just aged longer in the barrel. Mm-hmm. It gives you more of that oaky type of taste to it. It kind of tastes like more like a whiskey, but it also has the sweetness of the agave because of the tequila.
Gotcha. Okay.
So give tequila another chance, but just make it darker.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Tequila makes you fight. Good to know. I thought you were a nice guy.
I am. It's just
except for tequila.
First of all, I don't fight people. I just get angry. So like, I envision fights in my head. Like, because I don't like when people like stare at me. First of all, I'm tall. I know that's why they're doing it. But like when you're drinking, it's like, oh, this dude have a problem. But really, it's just like this dude's
like,
super.
Wow.
That's all it is.
How does he walk through doors?
9 times out of 10, that's all it is. But like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, and it's tequila does that. Anything else, I'm fine.
Really? That's interesting. I know that myth of there's certain alcohols that make people act a certain way, but it's different for every single person, basically. Like, I all of a sudden really like gin. I hated gin my entire life.
I haven't touched gin since.
A while? I don't know what it is that I really
July
like it.
4th, 2008.
You know the exact date. What happened to you? Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, my brother likes gin. Like I was like, yo, he turned 21 last year.
Oh wow.
And so I was like, all right, man, turn 21. You can finally drink. And
I like how you did the air quotes.
Yeah, you know, it's the same way I could finally drink when I turned 21. I was like, yeah, so what do you want? He's like, Sapphire. I was like, gin? He's 21, dude. You know how the game go. You know how the game go.
Bombay Sapphire.
You know how the game go.
First of all, that's not even that great gin.
You know how the game
It's
go.
just
He's
expensive.
young, man. He's young, man. So I was like, gin? Like, yeah, man, that's what I'm on. Like, alright.
It's like people hear things like gin and juice.
Yeah.
People hear things like Patron, Rosé, whatever. Those aren't great.
Those are just names.
They're
just recognizable names.
Exactly. Like, I'm not gonna try to shit on this that much, but Snoop Dogg came out with his own gin. It's called Indago.
Yeah.
That shit smells like burnett's. Strawberry. Sorry, Snoop.
I love Snoop.
I was like, I know you tried to.
His wine is good though.
I have never had his wine.
His wine's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do the gin game, man. Gin is supposed to be very herbally. It has the coriander, it has citrus, and you can smell those. It's very herbaceous. You just smell strawberries. Artificial strawberry flavor. I don't know. I used to hate gin, and now I love it. I had COVID in December.
Yeah.
And I would basically try to see every single day if I got my smell back
Maybe
by sniffing my gin. And then once I was able to, I'm like, I'm going to taste this. And now I just love it because I know that I don't have COVID.
Gin and I have come so close together.
Because I know I don't have COVID if I can taste my gin.
That's fantastic, man. Oh my god. That's fun. Nah, I can't, not gin.
So what is your liquor of choice then?
So if you're like, oh, what are we getting tonight? So it's different. So it's one of two. Typically, if I go to a bar, I'm getting some type of whiskey ginger.
Okay.
That's bourbon ginger. One of those two things. That's what I'm getting. From home, it's like vodka.
Okay. Just straight. What do you mix it with?
So vodkas. When I was on my weight loss thing, which I really need to get back on, I would do like one of like sparkling waters.
Okay.
Just something like light or refreshing or whatever. But if I go to a bar, I usually like cranberry vodkas.
Okay.
Just something to hit me up. And I'll go to places and they're like, oh, you should try this with extra, like, I'm like, this is cool. I'll just take the cranberry vodka though.
Yeah.
Just something to just get me through.
Nice. Okay. What is your bourbon of choice then?
Bourbon?
Mm-hmm.
What's that? So.
Let's say whiskey of choice, but let's not just limit to bourbon. Whiskey of choice.
You know what was really good that I had? You know the Conor McGregor Proper No. 12?
Oh, okay.
It's good.
I've had it before.
I was a fan.
You like it over Jameson?
If I'm at a bar, I'd do Jameson.
Okay.
Easy.
That's fair.
But I can't do shots of Jameson. Shots of Jameson are rough.
I can't do those anymore
They
either.
They are
Yeah.
rough.
I have to mix it with something. It's usually ginger ale for sure.
Out of college, I was like crushing these things.
Really?
Like we would after the coworkers I went to, they had drinking or whatever. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll go with you guys. They would go like every week. And so we would do Jaeger bombs. We would do orange crushes.
Trash.
We would do shots of James. Like, oh, what is wrong? But they would pay for them.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to take it.
Yeah,
I'm
like you're
it.
like in your early 20s and people are giving you free good booze.
But in my mind, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? My body's like, yo, stop it.
Please stop. Drink some water.
Please.
For the love of God.
It's like, water's great too,
Eat
buddy.
something.
Oh, man. I think the last time I had like a legit shot of Jameson, I drove home.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I got home, Stuart. Yeah, that was the last time I think I've had it like legitimately, like consistently throughout the night. But I'm still a sicko. Because you know what I get shots of if I go out with my friends?
Jameson.
Rumplemans.
You are a nasty.
Yeah, I'm a sicko, bro.
That is nasty.
I'm a sicko.
They call that the bartender's mouthwash.
Oh, I'm a sicko.
Yeah.
I'm a sicko. I know. But I like it because one of the first things I drank when I got to college as a 21-year-old was Rumplemans.
I'm gonna leave.
Because like you come to college and like I didn't drink in high school or whatever. I didn't do any of that. Like no parties, none of that. I just whatever. So you get to college and like, all right, let's just see what it is. So one of the first drinks I bought was a Colt 45.
Okay.
And one of the first things getting to was Rumplemans. Like, yeah, taste this. Hit it. I was like, oh, it's mouthwash.
Don't drink that shit, guys. If y'all never had that, don't drink that. It's trap.
It's strong.
It's 100 proof. Don't do that.
What?
Nope.
Every time I'm like, dog, what is wrong with you? I'm a sicko, man. I know. Yeah. I'm not proud of it. I just do it.
Ooh, that like I can feel the burn.
Yeah.
Already.
It is. Yeah. Chase it with a Tecate.
All right. when I was at Macon, the big liquor that I got into, kind of the same as Rumplemans. I drank a lot of Rumplemans when I worked in Chocolate Bottom, and me and Rumple no longer are friends with each other.
No longer affiliated.
Yeah, I woke up in my car and I was like, how did I decided not to drive home. I slept in my backseat and I woke up the next day and went to work again in the same clothes I wore the shift before. I was a trash person, but when I was in school, I drank Aftershock. Remember Aftershock?
No.
It had like the rock candy at the bottom, and it was cinnamon. It's kind of like Fireball and Goldschlager.
You're talking about me?
Listen.
Rock candy at the bottom?
Yeah, there was literally rock candy at the bottom, and it was cinnamon flavored, and it tasted
so
like
the Big Red.
Kinda, yeah. And I drank so much of that in Goldschlager one night, and I remember briefly it was like all around my birthday in December, and you know how the fountain is like empty?
Mm-hmm.
I fell asleep in that shit. Campus safety woke me up and they're like, and pointing at Conrad, and they're like, you were so close.
You were so close! You're right there!
And I was like, oh shit. I was 20. And I bounced up and ran.
Douche.
Yup. No more Goldschlager.
Yeah.
Rumble.
Yeah.
Nothing super sweet or sticky.
Yeah.
I hate working with all of those. Like when I bartend and somebody orders a Rumple or a Fireball, like, and I get it sticky on my hands, and I'm just like, I still like get flashbacks. I'm like, God, this is so gross.
You touch the bottle, and it's just like flashing like memories and stuff. Oh God.
I like hold my breath. I'm like, thank God for the mask thing because I don't have to smell it.
That's the benefit.
Seriously.
That's the benefit
also,
right there.
Also, the benefit of masks is that I'm always like constantly like cussing people out.
And they don't know it.
Nope, and I hide my snacks in there too. It's like a horse's feeding bag. You can throw it in your throat, like trail mix, and you just like.
Nice. It's like, are you hungry? Nah.
No, I'm good.
Not at all.
We're gonna get you all though.
I'm straight. I'm straight. Okay. Here at Clueless Vino, man, we like to rate our wines.
Okay.
This will be fun because you get to rate your own cocktail, which is
sweet.
Which is fun.
They were okay.
They were okay.
They were fine.
And then we just decide which one was the best of the day. So first of all, did you give either of these two a name?
Nope.
Okay. Katie, cocktail number 1. What would you get that out of 5? You can use quarters and halves if you need.
Out of 5?
5 glasses.
Probably a 4. 4 and a half.
Okay.
Not the biggest fan of white sangria, but I would definitely drink that a lot.
I enjoy that a lot too. I would say like 4.25.
Okay.
That was really good.
Oh, yeah.
I did like that because again, just the perfect thing to be like outside, and it's got a hammock out there. Oh my God, with that.
Yeah.
Oh come on, what?
Throw some ice cubes, a little bit of like Sprite in there.
That'd be delicious. What? That'd be delicious. Then we had our Scott Kelley Pinot Noir from Naked Wines. What would you get that out of 5?
So I feel a little biased.
Okay.
But I do like the Pinot Noir a lot because it wasn't dry tasting. It definitely didn't like miss out on any flavors. So I'd probably give that a solid 4. Also, that sounds really cliche because I already rated the other one a 4. But it's not a bad Pinot, and I bet you price point wise, it probably balances each other out, right?
It probably would have.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it in bulk. Yes.
That's fair. I would definitely give that a 4. Probably like if I had to be stingy, like if you a 3.75 out of 5.
Okay.
But I would definitely drink that again for
Okay.
sure.
Cool. I'm gonna give it a 3.25. It was good.
Yeah,
It was good. It was better than I expected because I'm not the biggest Pinot Noir guy. I've been suggested Pinot Noirs a lot, and I've been failed a lot. But this one was good. This was good. It had an interesting flavor to it. The profile was a little bit different than normal Pinot Noirs.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely more darker in berry flavors, while normal Pinot Noirs definitely have that cherry type of vanilla type of taste to it. Still good though. I was so crushed.
Yeah. And we're gonna call this the Bar Daddy drink.
Okay.
Because I need to separate the names.
That's fair.
So what would you give that?
5 out of 5. That was my favorite one.
Knock it out the park.
Hands down.
Okay.
My favorite one.
Okay.
I would definitely crush that more.
Okay. I would give that a 4. I definitely like that because it took a cab and made it delicious.
Yep.
Like really delicious. Yeah.
It's all about balance.
You outdid yourself. You outdid yourself yet again.
Thanks.
I mean that's what legends do. So.
This head's getting bigger.
Yeah. It's like airheads. Like
that's why I wear the bandana. It keeps it tight.
Why you wear the? See, you were saying that like the bandana kind of like makes you bar daddy.
Kinda.
And I feel like I'm.
It's like a cape.
I feel like I'm nice. I feel like I'm doing copyright infringement because I wear bandanas typically in all my videos. I did one, and that was a hat that I wore for Britney's.
Okay.
Which had the Clueless Vino podcast thing on the front. But
you got merch.
It's not merch. I just made it for that episode. I do need to get merch though. You need to get merch.
I have some.
Okay.
I have like some t-shirts. I need to talk to a warehouse about making some more stuff.
I'm pretty sure they'd be willing to talk to you.
Ooh-wee. We'll see.
I'm pretty sure they would. But yeah, man, I'm really glad you came by.
Hell yeah. This was fun.
We had a good time. I like talking to you because you, first of all, you're easy to talk to. You're very outgoing. You are shy, quote unquote, but you're very outgoing.
It's true.
Yeah, you're very outgoing, and I watched you grow into this new persona as Bar Daddy. It's been fun.
Thank you.
You got home. You're my.
Say it.
You're my Les bro.
Loud and proud.
You're my Les bro.
Les bro.
So yeah, man, I'm glad you were able to come through and kick it with me and drink some wine with me, make some cool cocktails. Yeah, man.
Anything to make a twist on something that you don't necessarily like, you can always put something in it to make it better.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you just gotta add some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody can like any sort of alcohol. You just have to have your own twist on it.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Thank you for having me here.
Of course,
this was so much fun.
Of course, man. You know, I had to get you on here. If you want to get the people socials, your IG stuff, and obviously your TikTok stuff.
All my social is under bardaddy_. So it's bardaddy with a little underscore next to it. It's my Instagram. It's my Twitter. I'm not on Twitter a lot. It's my TikTok. And in those social media links, there's also another link to a whole other page where you can see where I can do the people I collaborate with. I collaborate with CW Spirits, which is a big liquor distribution. They ship all over the United States with like really low prices, and they get delivered right to your door, so you don't have to go out in the Panorama's box out in the world. And there's some liquors at the ABC store that are on the site, like, you know what I mean. There are some on the site that we can't get in the ABC store.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to try something new. Also within that link, you can see another company that I work with called Illuminate. It's a bunch of CBD, different flavors that I also put in my cocktails.
Okay.
So putting CBD in cocktails, especially with the world becoming more progressive with CBD and THC, it's definitely something that's going to be used more in cocktails. So check them out also. They have a ton of different flavors, and you can up your cocktail game with that too. And your wine game.
See, you're really good at
And that's the post.
You're really good at it. God dang, you're good at that. See, I'm not good at it, because I'm just going to say, follow me on Clueless Vino on Instagram. Follow the YouTube channel, Stik Braxton. I really need to change that to Clueless Vino, I think.
You have to get like a certain amount of subscribers to make your own like URL, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to tell people to follow me.
I got you. I should have done TikTok live while I was doing this.
Shouldn't have. We didn't get that through. It's fine.
That's okay, next time.
Next time.
Yeah, you can come over to my house. I'm going to show you my bar.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's gonna be crazy. I might have to sleep there. I'm gonna go.
The Coolest Vino on the road.
On the road. And sleepover. But yeah, definitely follow me. And don't forget, drink up. No drinking. Oh, there's a little bit there. Get it. Oh, look at you. Look at you. You're such a gamer. I mean, that would have been epic.
That would have been epic.
That would have been epic.
I'm fully vaccinated. What's up? Cheers.